Good evening, everyone. It's dinner time again at the Dreyer household. And tonight, our menu is going to be a grilled chicken with leftover mac and cheese and mixed vegetables. I'm going to show you guys how we marinate our chicken. We're using a special ingredient, and this one's actually one Hannah showed me. Our special ingredient of the night, the marinade, Italian dressing. Yes, we're going to marinate it with Italian dressing, let it soak in for a few minutes. I wish I had let it go a little longer, but the chicken was frozen. We're working from frozen. It's only been down in the water for about an hour. We're going to give it a few minutes while we get everything else ready. Here's my chicken, and as I said, we're going to take our Italian dressing. Yeah, that's what we're going to take too. We're going to take our Italian dressing. We're going to put it in there. We're going to mix it up, and I'm going to do this one-handed while I'm recording for you guys. But basically, I want to get all my chicken soaking that up. Now, this was been thawing for about an hour, hour and a half. I got off of work around 4:30-ish today. A little later than that. Got in the water. It's a little after 6 now. So the chicken's, for the most part, thawed. I mean, on the inside, it might still be a little, worse for the wear, but it's going to be all right. We're going to make it work. Get a little bit more of that marinade in there. Then we're going to break out our seasonings. We'll get it seasoned once we get it on the grill. A couple days ago, I showed you guys how to make mac and cheese. Here we have the leftover mac and cheese. We're going to go ahead and heat this up. Now, I haven't shown you guys this about our kitchen, but as you look around, coffee pot, stand mixer, refrigerator, stove, toaster oven, kids' pizza in there, and the toaster. What's missing? What's missing is a microwave. There is no microwave in this kitchen. Now, we actually do have it. It's downstairs. But I'm not a fan of microwaves. I don't like what it does to the quality of the food. So my solution to that is we're going to heat it up on the stove. I'm going to show you guys how to heat this up, and it's going to taste great. I've got my steel saucepan. Get the mac and cheese back in here. Now, this is going to be enough to serve 3 people. 1 second. Hands are clean. I'm going to break this up first. Now, heating this up on a low simmer, I want a liquid in there that's going to begin to warm up, that's going to steam, and as it evaporates, that liquid is going to get into the food and, heat it up, but it's not going to take out any moisture like a microwave would. I could use water, but with something that's already a cream base like this, I'm going to take a little more milk to it. Now, I'm eyeballing it here, but I don't need a whole lot. Not even maybe 1/4 of a cup, and not even all of that. And that was just a little splash to get started. I'm going to put it on the stove. Actually, I'll put it over here where you guys can see it. Get this going. Got my lid down here. And we'll keep an eye on that. Get this covered back up, get that back in the fridge, and the rest of that will last me for another day. So we're taking this grill pan, we're going to turn on the heat, and with any of my cast iron, I'm going to start it at high temperature because I want to get it heated up. I'll turn it down a little bit after I get the food on it. Keeping my cast iron seasoned, the food shouldn't stick, but I'm not taking any chances, especially with the grill pan. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a spray of my olive oil. I have also used canola oil, but olive oil is what I have today. Put that let's hang on to that milk for just a second. And get my seasonings ready for the chicken. I'm going to want garlic. I'm going to want my Italian seasoning. I'm going to want my sea salt and pepper. You'll notice as you're stirring this that the milk that we added is taking on the consistency of the sauce. which is why I chose milk over water. That milk is warming up. It's adding the steam, causing the steam that's coming up, heating the rest of it. But the milk is reconstituting the sauce, and it's, giving it that cheesy texture without watering anything down, which is really what I was going for. I'll turn that back down just a notch. Put the lid back on it and just let that continue to heat up. All right, I'm going to take my chicken out of the marinade. Rip off a little of that excess fat. And get it down on the grill pan. Hearing that sizzle, I'll be turning it down here shortly. 2, 3. Get these down, go wash my hands, then we'll get that chicken seasoned. The marinade itself gives it lots of good flavor. It, tenderizes it, makes it taste better, allows it to stay juicier when you're cooking it, especially in a pan-fried setting. If I were pan-searing this like we did our pork chops, I'd probably add the rest of this into the mixture, but I don't want to do that on my grill pan because, we are grilling it, and mostly the liquid would get in the grill slots and it's just going to be a mess to clean. And it's not going to add any benefit to the meat because it's not really going to contact it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add additional seasoning. I'm going to do the salt, the pepper, the garlic powder, and some Italian seasoning. I'm going to check our mac and cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and give that a good stir. Start to get some steam out of there. I have a pizza in for the kids. Now we do ask our children to take one bite of everything at the table, but I'm not going to make them one of these main items, so yeah, they do get a pizza. It's all good. Now you'll notice here, as I'm stirring this, let me go ahead and go to the hand can. My chicken's been on for about 2 to 3 minutes now, not very long. And I'm already starting to smell a little bit of singeing, which means probably some of the fat has gone off, fallen down into the cracks. I can kind of see it from here, but I'm going to go ahead and give it a turn. I'm starting to get these grill marks, which is what I wanted. I notice here that this chicken has no grill marks on it compared to these guys, meaning this is going to be the hotter part of the grill. I can actually put my hand over that and feel it. So I'm going to put that little bird right there. And this guy that I think is getting all the heat, I'm going to move him over. Basically, we're going to rotate the position on the pan. That's going to help everything cook evenly. If you're doing bacon, you'll notice that let's say you lay 6 pieces of bacon out on a pan. The 2 in the middle always end up extra crispy, and the 2 on the outside are always raw. So as we flip them, we give them a couple minutes to cook, and we rotate those outside pieces in, and that's going to allow everything to have even access to the warm cooking area, the warmest spot of the grill, and allow everything to cook more evenly. It's also worth mentioning that I should probably check the positioning of my grill pan here, because I can actually see that the corner is off the heating elements. Let's check on their pizza. Now, a medium-sized convection toaster oven like this is perfect for cooking a 12-inch pizza. It's actually really great. What you'll notice here, though, is that the side on the back is already starting to brown, whereas the side up towards the top almost looks raw. And so because I can see it and it's right here and it's close, I'm going to go ahead and rotate it and give it a few more minutes.
That's also a nice way to cook the frozen pizza and not heat up your house.
Absolutely. If you can't hear, Hannah is reminding us that using that convection oven, it's June right now. We got the air condition on. We don't want to run up the heating bill. A convection oven that uses air is perfect for an application like this, where you want to blow that warm air directly onto the food, keeps the heat down, keeps the electricity down, keeps the heating costs down to cool the house. The electrical costs, absolutely. How do I know when my chicken is done? I'm glad you asked. The best way to tell when your chicken is done is to use an internal temperature, an internal meat thermometer. Notice the pointy end here, pointy end goes on the other guy. Stick. That's exactly what I want to do. I want to take the pointy end here and I want to put it in the chicken, and I'm looking for an internal temperature of 165 degrees. That's going to be enough to kill all of the bacteria that would have been in the meat prior to. Salmonella is a very bad thing, and I want to stay completely away from it. Fortunately, though, here, because the way this guy is separated, I can actually see that that's not done yet. That is not ready on the inside. We're just going to leave that alone, and we're going to let things keep cooking. There we go. He's getting a nice grill mark. I'm going to take these guys, and I'm going to flip them over the other direction now, going parallel, perpendicular to the grill marks we have, so that way it gets that nice crisscross that is very visually pleasing. And that is smelling awesome. Let's get our vegetables going in here. Start with some water. Get that up. We're going to blanch these vegetables. I'm a fan of frozen veggies. I am. I can keep them on hand. They're not terribly expensive. They are leaps and bounds beyond canned vegetables, but only a notch or two below fresh, in my opinion. Welcome to discuss that in the comments. Be more than happy to. But combination of time and value, I am perfectly happy with this. Plus, they last a long time in the freezer, so I'm not going to complain. Get that in here. And we will let that go. When I'm doing vegetables like this, I'm going to season it with salt, pepper, garlic and onion powder. This is my onion powder. This is my garlic powder. And then, don't laugh, the secret ingredient to what would otherwise be our healthy vegetables, big dollop of butter. Don't judge me. Don't you judge me. Now, the flavor of the butter is going to get in there, and we're not going to keep all of that because we are going to drain these here after they've blanched for a minute or two. But I found that if I don't put a little bit of fat in there, no, I can't do it. Let's get a lid for that pan. Let's check on our chicken. I'm going to break out the hand camera so that way you guys can see those beautiful grill marks. So this is what I'm talking about here. You'll see these beautiful perpendicular grill marks. That is exactly what we're going for. Let's go ahead and take a temperature while we're here. We are coming up to now, I want to be careful not to puncture it too far because I don't want to go down to the cast iron. Otherwise, I'm going to get the temperature of the pan and not necessarily the temperature of the meat. Well, it's only creeping up very slowly right now, so either way, it's at 104, 105 degrees. We are not done on the inside yet. Now, I want these guys to continue cooking, so I've got a couple different options. I can leave them here, but the moisture is going to possibly evaporate out, and I don't want that. I could cover them and put them in the oven or the toaster oven and let the moistures continue to cook in. However, I have a lid that's going to fit over this for the most part. I mean, obviously, it's not a perfect fit. It wasn't made for the grill pan. So that's going to give me what I want. So I'm going to put that cover on it. Again, you could wrap them up. You could put them in the oven and let them finish continuing cooking that way. Our vegetables over here are looking great. Now we're getting that boil that I was talking about. Let this go for just a couple minutes. And then we'll go back and saute them in butter. I only need to saute these for about a minute or so. I just want to get some coloring on it. Maybe a little bit of browning, nothing major. We'll call that good. Let's get plated. And there you have it, folks. We have our grilled chicken, our sauteed vegetables, and our homemade mac and cheese. And I have a hungry family to feed. It has been great hanging out with y'all. Hope y'all will join me next time for more recipes. Have a great night. God bless you all. Bye.